What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the live Daily December Live. Now I know I've talked about technology recently, um, in a recent live, different angle on it, and I don't want to sound like a crazy person, though I probably will sound like a crazy person to some people. But this whole technology thing, advancing at what it is, I mean, unless you're living under a rock, you're uneducated about it. Not that there's anything wrong with that. Maybe you have a more traditional life, a more old school kind of life, and you don't really give in to all the techie things that are out there and things that are moving so fast. But literally, everything has a camera in it. And I learned recently, and I don't know if you do, um, and again, I probably sound crazy saying this, and I'm not saying this for any reasons to be like I'm a conspiracy theorist or anything. That's not why I'm talking about this. But I was generally surprised to learn just how many things actually did have a camera in them. I mean, obviously, like our phones have a camera, so we're able to be shown certain algorithms because of that, because our camera is not only there for us to take pictures, but it's also there for the algorithm to watch what we watch and listen, even the microphone. And you know, I think technology is a blessing and a curse. And I basically said this before. There's some really cool things that are out there. Don't get me wrong, and there's some things that I really want to get. As far as like different drones and self cameras that are able to detect what the hell that are able to detect your moves without anybody holding a camera or needing a cameraman. Those things are great. They're efficient. They come in handy. Self-recording without having to self-record yourself. Like those are all handy things. They it makes sense, like um, they're good to the stuff's good to have. But like it gets to a point where it's like, when is enough enough? You know what I mean? Like we got like wall chargers. I mean, I'm talking about wall chargers that you charge your phone with, and they have cameras in them. And I didn't know this. And I don't know if it's every smart charger, wall charger, whatever. But and you also need like a certain light to detect that. But like TVs have cameras. So like think about that. Like when you're watching TV, like the camera's watching you. It's a it's a really weird feeling to know that. All these smart TVs, like, yeah, like it's just like a webcam. It's no different than a webcam. You know what I mean? Now, they're more digital these days and more hackable. But it's like a standard for these types of things to hone in on us and see what we're up to and see what we're doing. So, by talking about this, I was just astounded. I just, I was in just disbelief, and I was like, I want to talk about this and share this with other people because I really don't know how much people know about these types of things. And for me to learn this, like don't get me wrong, like I knew that there are cameras in certain devices and microphones so that, you know, we're able to be shown certain things, just like I mentioned, like with the whole algorithm thing. But man, like the amount of basically eavesdropping that goes on, the amount that we are being sold things that are basically putting us under surveillance. And this is not to make anybody paranoid. That's not my goal here. It was just really just talking about it. Like there's fridges out there now that have like cameras and different things. They're completely digital. It's like you can't even trust like you can't even trust your damn fridge. Like, is it like listening to you? Is it watching you? Like, I don't know. It's just wild that where we've gone to now. Um, cool, 6-7. Um, I still never get that one, but yeah, I just can't believe the amount of technology that's out there made to surveillance us. What's going on? How you doing? So yeah, this is not to make anybody paranoid or have you have second thoughts on maybe some devices you have at home, or have you get to a crazy level where you're putting tape over everything. You know, like you're at home, you're going home, and you're putting tape over your camera on your TV, or you're putting tape over your camera on your phone. This is not to make you do that, but this was just more of like, hey, I found this out. I knew that some things had this happening, but I didn't know it was to this extent. But was I naive for not thinking that way? Sure, but it's like there's so much of this happening at such a rapid um, pace that you really just can't trust anything anymore. You know what I mean? Like, it's just mind blowing. Like, and you know what? The whole thing about it is, and I think the whole reason why this is happening the way that it is because it can't, right? Like, if somebody, like, why not make doors to your own home be able to open with a chip in your palm or your hand or whatever, or open by thumbprint or something? Why does that exist? Because it can. Because it simply can. And I think that's the ultimate drive power. Oh, and also because it's like, it's a money it's a money hungry system when it comes to technology. They know that they can bank on it. People like technology, you know? It does things for it. Anything that like people can cut corners on, not saying everybody, but like anything that makes somebody's life easier, they're gonna do it. If it's cost efficient, they're gonna do it. And then also just because they can. Just because they can. Absolutely. Who's saying it's stupid? What are you talking about? I just said I don't understand 6-7. Oh, I'm sorry. My apology. I didn't know you were talking to somebody. That wasn't meant to be mean, by the way. I was just like, I said that? I was about to be like, my apologies if I did say that, because I didn't think I did. Um, well, what are you gonna do? You know, people come on here. Not. I don't care what you do on here. Honestly, you could tear me apart for all you want. Not saying you will, and not having that negative outlook. But I know it's the internet. Um, but but yeah. Um, Classic internet for you, right? Some people have fun with that. By all means, do what you do. But yeah, I don't know. I'm here to get you some views. You know what? Thank you. I appreciate that. Any view helps, even if it's one. Even if it's one. If somebody's watching me, cool. It's not about getting eyes on me or attention, but I became a YouTuber for a reason. I became a YouTuber because I like to create and I like to make videos, even if it's live. Like, am I really creating something right now? I'm not, but does this serve value? I believe it does, because I'm talking about an issue that, well, it can go both ways. Is it an issue? Is the whole technology thing an issue? I believe it's overstepping its boundaries, so it is. That's my opinion. Do I think technology is cool in the same token? Absolutely. But I think that it's gotten to this point where it's just gotten out of hand. It's really gotten out of hand. And so, if you know me, and you know me from YouTube, you know that I like to talk about different things. And that means I invite anybody to have an opinion if they want. This is a safe haven for me. I want everybody to know that. Like, my channel and like what I represent. And I know I've been doing these lives recently and they're different from what I would normally do. But I want to know that I want to make this a safe place that Anybody can discuss anything, and your opinion is just as valid as anybody else's. So I just want to put that out there. I want people to know that. Because I care. I honestly care. I honestly care about people. I honestly care about what people think. Um, of course, if it's like constructive criticism, then that's cool. If you're just being, whoa, I just almost witnessed an accident. If you're being negative and ignorant and disruptive and you're doing things like that, then I don't care for you. I don't care for that type of attitude. But I want to say that I support everybody and their opinion, and I'm able to step outside of myself, even if they say something that I don't agree with. I'm able to look at it from a different perspective and say, oh, I could see why they would think that way. They're entitled to their own opinion. By all means, I'm coming on here and I'm speaking about things and I have an opinion about things. I'm talking about this right now. And is it technically a one-sided conversation? Yes, because I'm not speaking with somebody here, but your comments are just as valid. I was playing softball one day and I hit it over the fence. And people watching didn't even know it was called a home run. Wow. Nice. Glad to get home. Talking about softball. But yeah, so that's I want to put that out there. I want to put that vibe out there. I want people to know that when you're in my live, that's the type of atmosphere that I want to create, and I want people to feel. So I don't know if anybody is taking in what I'm saying, but if you do, much appreciated. Man, this is besides the point of technology, but I feel so bad right now. I'm literally watching a cat. It looks like he's trying to get in a door, but like they put him outside. I don't know what the story is. There's a really big problem in the city with stray cats. Maybe it's a city thing, but especially in Philadelphia, there's a huge problem with stray cats, and it's very sad. Like, I'm a huge animal person. I'm a huge cat person, as well. I have two cats, and I feel for any animal, but especially cats. Like a possum or something like that. Like, okay, they're kind of equipped with living in the wild, and that's their natural habitat. But like, I'm just watching this cat right here on the stoop, and he's like, and it's cold, guys. Where I'm at, it's very cold. At least right now, it's winter time. I don't know if anybody is listening to what I'm saying here, but I just wanted to put that out there. I wanted people to, I honestly, I wanted to know what people thought about it. If anybody wanted to weigh in on the situation. But I think that technology, like I said, I think it's just gotten a bit out of hand. You know what I mean? Like using your palm to pay for things. Like they got those Amazon, like the what is it? Like the Amazon payment thing, where you're in grocery stores and you're buying groceries with your palm. That's how you're checking out. It just reads your palm. Like, it's pretty insane. We're at a time where the unthinkable is happening. And it's like, where can it go from here? Like, is it gonna get that much more advanced? Like, is that gonna happen? I can't imagine it. But here we are in 2025. And there's some unthinkable things happening. Like, what's next? Are we gonna like put chips in our kids? Like, are they gonna be chipped? Like, a kid goes missing and you're able to, like, I don't know, like scan something and then something come up and all of his information is there. I don't know. It's kind of a wacky world that we live in now. It's unimaginable, really. Soccer, soccer. It's a crazy thing. All right, let me see how much time I have. This is gonna be an early one. I mean, I've already been on here for kind of a while. Not like a while, but 15, 16 minutes. They're putting up gates in grocery stores, so if you don't have the chip, you can't go in and all. Yeah, like, see, like, that's ridiculous. Like, there's some people, guys, especially like older people. Like, there's older people that don't want to learn the way or don't want to get with the program. And I honestly support it. Like, if you're like 70, 80 years old and you're like, I understand to a degree, right? Like, certain, like, you go to a restaurant, right? Maybe some places you go to get something to eat and they don't even have a menu. It's digital. You got to scan the QR code to bring up a menu. And some like people, some older people like don't even want to deal with that type of thing. I mean, I saw it firsthand the other day. I was working and I went to a pizza shop and this guy's like, "Where's your menu?" And they were like, "Well, you got to go online. We don't have a menu. You have to use the QR code to bring up the menu." And he's like, "I'm not doing that. No way am I doing that." And and on one hand, I'm like, well, I mean, you kind of get with the times, right? Like, the world is evolving, but at the same time, I understand that they went for years and years and years without things like that, and then all of a sudden, it's like the world has changed so much. But also, there are people that are willing to learn these things. And regardless, I think there should be an option. I think there should be options. You know what I mean? Like, it's like with nowadays when you pay for stuff, right? You can use Apple Pay. Like I just said, you can pay with your Palm. There's still people that pay with cash. I mean, if they're still allowing that, then I mean, you can't just like ixnay it, like entirely. Just like do without it entirely. It's got to be still old school ways of doing things. Like, if you're going to implement like new school ways of doing things, you got to at least keep some old school things around. So, I mean, I support it both ways. I see it like, dude, I just wish these people would let this poor cat that I'm just sitting here watching on the stoop. Sorry. Fucking let him in. Anyway, yeah, but I support it both ways. Like, I understand, gone that many years without technology where it's at, and then having to conform to these conformities, and then now, but in the same token, like, I understand not wanting to do that. So why not just have the best of both worlds, right? Like, if they don't want to deal with it this way, then make everybody happy. They can deal with it in different ways. They can, there's more ways to pay for things, and there's always different ways of doing things, never just one way of doing something. Same as our whole entire where we live is good. Oh, baseball is good too. Yeah, I'll hop off here soon. Yeah, like the digital ID. What the hell? You know what I mean? Just the ID in general. Not even the digital ID. Like, I get your driver's license, but like the whole thing where it was like, oh, if you don't get an ID, you can't fly on an airplane. What's wrong with my driver's license though? That is an ID. Oh, well, you need like an actual ID aside from your driver's license. But I mean, why? It has all the same information. Why do I need a separate? It's just more shit to carry. It's more stuff that I have to like, and like that's a thing too, like it's just more stuff. It's just like more stuff, and it's not really beneficial. Or You know, like you could argue that some things really have a place, right? They really do make life easier or better. But you know, it's like a dial. It gets to a certain point where it's like now we're going backwards, because if you rely too much on technology to do things, then you really just like breed stupid people. Like, or people become dumber, you know. Um and I could see that happening. You know, it makes me think of like Wally, like the movie Wally. You know, like they got so like obese, and they were like floating on chairs. Like they had everything there. They didn't have to move a muscle. And like they basically like had no skeleton anymore, couldn't even walk. Like they like turned into like jello basically, because they didn't have to they didn't have to move a muscle. Everything was there. They had a chair, for Pete's sakes, that moved, you know? I mean, it's just like, that's the problem with it. It's like, you got to know when to pull back. And I guess it's up to us, you know? It's up to us. It's if we want to deal with these things, if we want to use these things or not. So I guess that's what because like I said in the beginning, they're going to make these things just because they can. That is really one of the biggest reasons. Also, money. Everything revolves around money. If I can make a buck off of this, if I can turn this into an income, if I can make more money from cutting this corner and doing this, then they're going to do it. All right. Oh, yeah. Yeah. Keep us safe. Huh. It's a funny one. Man, maybe I will pick this up. I actually, I don't want to spill the beans too much right now because the movie's not out. But I actually have a premiere that I'm going to tonight at 5 o'clock. Now the movie is called The Other Side. Not out yet. Of course, tonight's the premiere. So it's a half day for me. I'm actually gonna wrap this up after I get off of here. I might work for a little bit, but I gotta be home by at least 3:30, so I can get ready for this. But yeah, I mean, let me know what you think in the comments. I'm gonna get off here, of course, but you guys, you know, let me know what you think about technology, about about, you know, what I said, about everything that I said. You know, just watch this video if you missed it. Just check it out. Let's see. Yeah. You know, it's like, you know, I don't really, I know that like when I talk about these things, right, it's kind of inevitable to touch on politics, even though I do my best to not talk about them, just because like it just divides people, and I don't want that. And I don't want anybody to ever come to my channel and think that I'm a political channel, because I'm not. It's not what I'm about or what I want. The last thing I want to do is have anybody be divided from each other. What do you say, making a jump? But I mean, I will say, yeah, I mean, people are waking up. I'll say that much. People are waking up. It's happening. It's happening a lot more. But yeah, I don't know. I'm not gonna get real deep. I gotten kind of deep, but I'm not gonna get real deep on that. And it's a whole can of worms I don't want to open. But I think that people, I do think, oh, well, I know. Well, I can't say I know, but I do think that they probably think that people aren't as smart as they are, but they're wrong. Anyway, I gotta get off of here. Got to get back on the road, and I've already been on here for 25 minutes. But thank you for everybody that joined the live. You can watch this afterwards whenever it's done uploading. I don't know how fast it is for you, but it takes a minute on my end for everything to kind of resolve itself and be able to watch. Not that I watch my videos back or anything like that, but you know, here and there, you got to check things as a creator. All right, guys, I'm gonna get on with it, and more informed now and distracted. Yeah. But yeah, I'm gonna get off of here. Thank you again to anybody that joined the live. Thank you for your support. Damn, you know, I did want to talk about something else, but I don't have enough time. But yeah, check out the channel besides the lives. Watch the videos that I do post. I know it's been a while. It's been about a month now since I posted anything to my channel. There's a good reason for that. I'm not going to explain it right now. Don't really have a whole lot of time, so just watch one of the first, not the first lives, but like a couple weeks ago. There's a reason why I'm not posting right now. Yeah, check those videos out and consider subscribing. All right, thank you.